Greetings everybody, and welcome back to my Set 5 First Impressions. This time, we have the planet Gaios. This video will be going over all the new cards shown off, and it's going to be a lot of fun, especially now that Zach has his hands back. Real ones anyways. The only downside to that is now all we have is fuzzy pictures of the cards. That's not terrible, and we'll get HD quality ones, but it's unfortunate. If you haven't already, check out his video on it, as well as his channel and the Discord, which will all be linked down below. Just to give you a brief overview, I ranked these out of 15 points in 3 sections: arts, stats, and ability. But the total scores don't matter as much. In fact, the entire scores don't really matter super much. They're just a rough outline for what I'm about to say. So, let's get started. Starting off, we have a vanilla card called Skizzard. And this one takes the flagship first card of the set. Every card that has been the first card of every set has been a vanilla card that is 4 stars. And this one is no different. This time being from Gaios. Art, I quite love the art. Has a nice slithery vibe to it. It looks very menacing, and I just like it a lot. The nice colors. Yeah, it's overall very nice. Stats are so-so. I mean, it's a vanilla card. It's a vanilla 4-star card, so I don't think you can expect too much. Unfortunately, with Gaios, I don't see it using this too much, and in fact, every other first 4-star vanilla card has never been really used ever. So this one should be no different, and there's no abilities, so unfortunately, they lose a lot of points. So it's not a bad card art-wise, but other than that, it's very vanilla. Next up, we have something that's not vanilla, continuing with the Squoz lineup from the last planet that we saw, Technolar. We have Sapling Squoz. In terms of art, I like it a little less than Lightning Squoz, probably just the colors. It looks a bit dark in my eyes, but the tree makes up for it quite a bit too anyways. So it's not terrible. I think it still looks very cute. The stats, nothing special. 30-40 makes sense for a 1-star. And it's supposed to be killed off really easy anyways, because its ability says after this creature is killed by an opponent's attack, gain stars equal to the stars of one's own creature. And this is quite neato. And this can be used to your advantage as to gain star advantage and gain stars quickly. This can be really good against Polysium because likely they'll be using an 8-star creature. So that'll be great. Other than that, though, the thing is that if this card isn't killed by a high-starred creature, then it's a bit of a downer. I mean, I'd say even like a card with 4 stars is pretty decent outcome of the sapling. And the thing is, I don't see this getting removed too often by other means, just because there's no point in wasting a card on a weak creature. So you should be able to guarantee yourself stars. It just depends on how many stars, and that kind of limits this creature. But other than that, I quite love it. Following that up is Tribite. And I gotta say, this guy looks pretty neato. 3.5 out of 5 for the art. I just think it looks pretty nice. Each head is going in a nice weird direction, and I like all the different angles. And it's got 2 weird arbs. It's just a weird amalgamation of something. Nothing like too standouty, but I like it. Stats for a 3-star, not horrible. And 3-star Gaios works into this. If you don't know what that is, it's just, it once used to be a popular deck. Might make a comeback if set 5 can pull it back, and maybe this one will pull it back. Quite decent stats for a 3-star. But of course, fairly weak. The ability, though, I think is very, very good. After this creature is killed by your opponent, free play it to any empty zone on their planet as a resource card. It is also treated as a zoned Gaios creature. Then kill this zone card after one of your turns, or 3 of your turns, has finished. So this is just quite a good card because as you'll be seeing in the rest of this, there's quite a few cards that seem to be heading towards the sort of infection aspect of a jungle, like poison and things. And this one does it really well. Putting it on your opponent's side wastes a zone, and it's treated as a resource card and a zone creature, so it'll be just really annoying to get off of your planet. You can't do much anything about it unless you sacrifice something like a Galaxy Crash, which would be horrible. Or one weakness is, since it's put as a resource card as well, resource removal is possible against this. So it might not really be like an insanely good card. And then, of course, 3 turns, time limit, but I still think it's going to be an annoying enough card that it's going to do some work for Gaios. Next, Super Flooper. This guy is pretty insane. Art it's just a smash hit. He said that he used all the different colors that he had, and I'm just giving him brownie points for that because that can be really hard to do. This guy was a staple in some of his old TCGs, so he's making a comeback, and I love it to death. And he's just got a really cool toxic morphing of tons of things, and it's amazing. On the other hand, stats are pretty weak in my opinion. 8-star with 400, that's not horrible. That's actually quite good. Can do a nice 4-point swing. Health, though, a bit weak. I'm not saying that this is a bad card at all, especially because its ability just helps it with its weaker health. 280 is still nothing to be ashamed of, though. It could still keep itself away, but, as long as you have a good, strong creature, you are able to destroy this card. However, its ability could help with this. If your opponent has a zone creature, you can free play this handed creature by killing one zone Gaios creature. And this is quite good because if there's a really strong guy up there, you can throw out one of your weak 3-star Gaios creatures, and then you can kill it just to get out that Super Flooper and do some work. Because 400 is a very good stat line for power because it can break through a lot of things. Not everything, unfortunately. I can already name a few Polysium cards off the top of my head, and there's just generally quite a few cards that will be able to stop this card. But for Gaios, I think it's pretty decent, and you can do this infinitely, so it can get very annoying anyways. Next, Sistian the Red Rose, made by Gavora. The art, I gotta say, it looks quite cool, but I'm kind of spooked by the human-like design, but nothing bad about it. It looks great. I love the markings, all the details, but I'm sorry, a human-like creature just doesn't sit well in my head for Chaos Galaxy, but I still think it's a fantastic art piece nonetheless. And the flower on the back just adds a really nice primitiveness to this natural tribesman, I guess you could say. Stats for a 4-star, pretty basic, 100 and 200. Can't really do too much in the power stat. Health lets it survive a little more, but the ability kind of plays into this. After this creature is killed by an ability, you can free play one killed 3-star or lower Gaios creature. The keyword is kind of. This works into 3-star Gaios, yes, and this can be pretty powerful. However, it says that after this creature is killed by an ability, and that just means that you have to make sure this thing isn't taken out by a creature. And this is fine because Gaios ability directly implements into this, so it makes it pretty easy, and this can get pretty annoying. It's just that you gotta make sure you use it at the right time. So overall, I think it's quite a niche card. I don't know if I'll see a ton of play, but I think it could work in 3-star Gaios. Now, this one is what I was calling, the infection vibes. So technically speaking, there's really only 2 cards that actually really dig deep into this, but this already gives Gaios a lot to work with and pair with everything else. So this is Sporegazer. The art, I think it's very cute, and the flower is very well designed. So I don't know. I like it a lot. Stats, for a 2-star, pretty basic. 40, 80, nothing special, but makes sense for a 2-star anyways. The ability, though, is quite a nice one. Only once, you can attach this zone creature to an opponent's creature. That creature becomes a Gaios creature, and its power and health are halved. So this is basically crash landing as a creature, and then also this works into Gaios combos, and that could become really, really powerful. So first of all, it's just basically blood sucking upon your opponent's creature, and besides killing their own creature, there isn't much that they can do about that. And even with that, if you're able to use this to your advantage by just killing off the creature that it's attached to, and this could just be incredibly powerful. I just see this being incredibly annoying, along with Tribite, and also other cards that can easily get this thing back out and back out. However, it does say only once, so when I say back out and back out, I more mean like twice, and that's about it. The thing is that Zach has a bit of an issue of either saying only once, one per game. Like, those just keep getting confused in my head, but as far as I know, it just means that Sporegazer can only do this once as a singular card, but as long as you have 2, you can do it twice. So yeah, I am over exaggerating when I say you could bring this guy back out and keep doing stuff, but it'll still be incredibly annoying. Then this was revealed in the preview. We have Temmagrob. The art, I gotta say, is nice. It's very cool, very well detailed, based on stuff from Mexico, or it kind of looks like it. I don't think whether or not he said that, but it looks quite cool. I like the 4 hands, and yeah, overall great design. Stats for a 7-star, I gotta say, we see 8-star Super Flooper having similar stats, just stronger. So I wouldn't say this is bad at all. But 190 is a bit weak, but it can still hit for 4, which just makes this card quite good. The ability: after this creature attacks, you must kill 1 zone card. It's an okay ability. It can kill a lot of things, which is helpful, but you got to make sure that you use this when there's more than just you and another card on the deck. So that's going to be very important. But overall, still, I think this could be a decent card. Although it might not see as much play as you would think. Next up, it was all resource cards, just resource, and like a permanent resource. So this is Deepspace Lighthouse. So along with there always being a mystical relic, there always seems to be a deep space type of card. So this time it's Lighthouse. The art, I like it. It looks like a lighthouse, and it looks like it's flying into space. It's cute, and it's just a very funny card. The ability: take control of one of your opponent's zone creatures, which comes from your planet card. So this works in tandem with Sporegazer, basically. It's basically a mini Phantom Matter, which could be insanely annoying. Not only do you get Sporegazer, but now this guy has control of it and can do some stuff with it. Of course, it does have the weakness of having to have power and health, but it's still just absolutely devastating. This could also be good for mirror matches. You could side it, and then you could use it for mirror matches to be incredibly annoying and just have so many Phantom Matter clones, basically. Overall, this works specifically for Gaios, in my opinion, and maybe for other planets. Might not see too much play, though, unless someone makes a truly infection deck. Next is Whack-A-Planet. The art is cool because it has references to Dupab, Chinook the Meddler, and I am blanking on the third one. Oh yeah, Commander Auburn. I probably got that wrong. Okay. Anyways, the ability. Players cannot have zone creatures from different planets. If a player has a zone creature from different planets, they must kill zone creatures until they only have a zone creature from one planet. This could be good, but I don't think it's good. So that's why it's only a 2.5. It works only in certain situations. And that's it. Pretty dumb card. I can't explain further. Soulshroom. So the art for this, I quite like it. It's got a nice glowy effect, and I don't know, it just looks very natural, and it's got nice veins going through it. It's quite a nice card. The ability, if you have a killed creatures from 4 or more different planets, free play one of those creatures. This is okay. This can be used in certain situations, like if someone made a Squoz deck. This could be used for knights. This could be used for anything that generally has that thing. It's basically a slightly different quadruple wormhole. So it could be okay for some of those decks, but otherwise this probably won't be played. So yeah, that was it. Overall, I think Gaios is definitely going for some more infection vibes with Deepspace Lighthouse, Sporegazer, Tribite, and some of the stronger cards are really helpful with that. So yeah, that was my impressions. I hope you enjoyed. This is just me rambling, of course, my opinions. And check out the links below. We would love to see you play some games with us. And I'm getting incredibly excited for the rest of set 5. And remember that happiness is a warm puppy.